Hello everyone. So welcome back everyone. I'm again here with a different session for all of you. So in our last session we were taking a class on vocabulary, right? I'm here right now with some other tips for communication skills. How to build communication skills, how to improve it. So I know this is a common question for in all of your minds that how to work on communication skills. We speak a lot, with different people. Sometimes we are in formal conversations, we are in informal conversations, but sometimes it happens that we struggle to develop it to a level that we can pass our message with you know appropriate words and in an appropriate way. So that's what we are going to learn today. I'm going to share some strategies with you, some ideas how to improve communication skills. So if you are interested to know how to improve it, then stay tuned because you are going to get some helpful tips in today's session. So welcome everyone. Let's start the session, let's embark the session, and let's talk little first about the platform where we all are right now. So I'll be talking about that, little more information about the topic that we are going to do today. So our today's topic name is how to improve communication skills. So as I shared, we are going to take some possible solutions. We're going to discuss some possible solutions to improve communication skills, as it is very important to work on communication skills, because when I pass my message, not only the words matter when I'm speaking, even the way I'm passing the message, the way I'm receiving the message, all these transactions become important when we are in any conversation, whether it is formal or informal. It is equally important at both of the places, whether it is formal or informal. So let's get started with a positive attitude that we are going to learn something new, some solutions to work on communication skills, and we are going to make ourselves better. We are going to work on our personality in this session. So let's get started without talking about some other things. Staying on the topic, we are on right now YouTube session. You're watching my YouTube session on Unacademy platform. Yes, on Unacademy's channel. So before we embark this session, I want to give you little information about Unacademy. There are 4 pointers that I want to share with you very quickly without taking the time. So it is India's largest learning platform. It is giving you many opportunities, and one of the opportunities you can say is providing you live sessions from best educators. We really have many educators who are doing so well in their own subjects and teaching you all. So you get all live sessions on Unacademy platform from best educators, with the help of best educators. So if you get connected with us on Unacademy, you get the opportunity to learn live, and there are some other benefits. One of the point is that you get the chance to practice live. You get live practice, and you can ask your questions to the educator on the spot. So you are attending a class, you got a question and you got answer on the spot. That's going to definitely help all of you. One more thing that I want to share about it is weekly quizzes. We have weekly quizzes and doubt clearing sessions, which does not keep any of the doubt uncleared, or we do not leave ourselves in any doubt, in any confusion. We are done with all doubts, we have resolved them, and we got all the queries resolved. Yes. So next, if you want to join, if you are thinking to join Unacademy, then here is an offer. You can use my referral code, which is Minakshi, then a small dash, and then Dhal. If you use this referral code, you get 10% of discount for subscription. We have I'm coaching, I'm giving coachings to from class 9 to 12. So you can join us on Unacademy platform, and you can interact with me for some more sessions in the classes. Okay. So now here are some features. So these are the different features which we have in our platform. Yes, so one of the features is learn life from the comfort of your home. So you can stay at your home, you can be at your comfort place, and you can learn from there. Unlimited access to all the courses. So this is the good thing actually. So you take subscription of 1 month, you get access of all the courses. I'll be coming to topic as well, but I thought that before we talk on this platform, it's better to inform you little about the platform. There are several features, as you can read here. We have many features about for Unacademy. You can go and check. Here is the website link. You can go to this link, scroll little. If you get the plan to join, then you can think about using my referral code Meenakshi, a small dash, and then Dhal. So I have told my referral code. Let me introduce myself as well. So hello learners, my name is Meenakshi Dhal and I am a verified educator on Unacademy platform. I am their English teacher from class 9th to 12th. So as I have already told that I am an educator there. So I'm an English teacher by profession, but by nature I am a learner. I love to learn, I love to explore myself, I love to enhance the knowledge. So the process is ongoing. I'm learning many things and I want to learn more. I will keep learning. I will learn by teaching you all also. So I have been in this profession from past 4 years. I have 4 years teaching experience. I have been teaching English to students for listening, for reading, writing, speaking, and even the the literature part that you have in your school studies. So this is about my name, this is about my qualifications, you can say, my experience. I also want to share what I believe in. I believe in making things true with my consistent efforts. So I know if I'm putting my consistent efforts, I'm going to get the result. Maybe may I not get it right away, right now, but yes, definitely my efforts will be paid. So this is what I believe in, and I think all of us should believe in. So if you put efforts, if you are learning with your full dedication here or on other platform or on Unacademy or anywhere else, you definitely get the result. So be positive, keep learning, and keep growing. Coming to the topic, so there are different subscription plan. If you think about to join, then you can have a look at these plans and plan accordingly. Okay, coming to the topic. So our today's topic is that how to improve communication skills. Before I share some ideas, some strategies, some ways which are going to help you to work on communication skills, I would like to share with you what are communication skills. Okay, let's get started. So let's keep the energy up, let's keep the josh high, because we are going to learn it. And if you face any kind of doubt or query, you can drop that in comment section. I will definitely reply to your comment and we will talk further about it. Okay, so topics like it's actually not a topic, I would say. Communication is a skill, yes, and it cannot be developed or learned in a day. Don't think that it's a topic that I will I'll take everything in my mind and I'm done, I'm good at communications now. No, that's not the reality about it. It takes time, it takes efforts, it requires it requires your efforts. It needs you to do it every time. Try different strategies, keep trying, you'll get the result. That's what communication is, right? So let's talk about the definition. What does definition say? Communication skills are abilities. So communication skills is not a particular skill. You can say it's a bunch of abilities. So communication skills are abilities you use when giving or receiving different kinds of information. So whenever you are passing any kind of information, whether it is written, whether it is verbal, or you are using any other kind of communication, if you are giving or receiving different kinds of information by using your abilities. So when you use your abilities well, you actually, you develop communication skills. Now, what are these abilities, ma'am? Like, we do not know what are these abilities, what abilities we require to make our communication skills strong. That I'm going to suggest. Don't worry, stay tuned right now. I'll definitely share some ideas, some strategies which you can implement, or some skills that you can work on and make yourself better. So let's continue now. So communication skills are those abilities which you use when you are giving or receiving different kinds of information. Okay, here are some examples. For example, some examples include communicating ideas. So the way you talk, the ideas that you pass, the feelings, what's happening around you. Communication skills involve listening, speaking, observing, and empathizing. So it is not only the process of speaking. Most of us misunderstand it that communication skill is of speaking. So wrong. It's not only about speaking, it's about listening, it's about observing around you, it's about speaking, it's about emphasizing. When you show your empathy towards somebody else by using your skills, your abilities of passing the message, that is called communication skills. We have many great examples who have been using communication skills so well that most of the people get impressed by their speaking skills. There are many famous speakers who have been using communication skills so well that they are known for their speeches. They are known for the way they pass on the message. If you also want to be one of them, let's continue and let's learn some strategies, some methods, some ideas which might help you to become a better communicator. Yes, by using these good communication skills, the abilities that you have. Okay, so here we are starting with a very small question, but again, very important question. So question says that what stops us to communicate well? Sometimes so let's not think that we are talking about English language here. Communication skills are required in all the languages. I need to pass on my message in the best way in all the languages, whether it is Hindi, Sanskrit, English, or some other language, right? Now what do you think? What stops you to communicate well? I have a message to pass to my friend. I'll be very excited. I'll go to my friend. You know what happened? This is what my mother told, that she is going to give me this. Done, shared, and no problem, occurred. Your friend also listened to you actively with full enthusiasm, with full interest, and acknowledged whatever you said. Right? Okay. Let's think about the scenario. You go to your teacher. You have to tell same thing to your teacher. Would you be equally excited? Would you be able to pass the message with same energy, with same enthusiasm, which you were showing with your friend? I know the answer is no, right? And that is what stops us. Sometimes I have to speak something in which I don't believe. So let's say I am in my office, my boss told me that the training was this, you learned this. So if seniors come, you have to tell this was the training and you have learned this. Okay, now the seniors came, now I started speaking. The training was this and I learned this. Done. Spoiled communication skills, right? You actually broke the flow, and that is why you were unable to pass the message to the receiver, which was that senior. And now that senior got the message that you are underconfident. You do not know how to speak. You're so worried. Why were you so nervous? Now that person doesn't know that it was the idea which was creating problem for you. Yes? So simply I just want to explain you the concept of 3 points which I believe, and most of the people have experienced, what stops us to communicate well. When I want to talk to my friends, I'm very comfortable with them. I can pass on the message with my full energy, with by using my all abilities. I can listen well, I can reply well, I can give feedback, you should work on this. I can do that. But when I am in front of any stranger, it becomes very difficult for me to speak. Same happens when you are speaking in front of your class, in front of your classmates. Let's say your 10 friends are sitting in front of you and you have to speak in front of them on any topic. It is still easy. I would not say it is completely easy, or you can do it in the clicks. No, I know that, but it is still easy, believe me. On the other hand, if I tell you that you have to speak in front of a crowd of unknown people, or let's say you have to give a speech in front of 5 students only, but they are unknown to you, it will become difficult for you. So generally, I have, this is my observation, that communication stops or does not work well when you are not okay with the idea that was shared, or that you have to share, that you have to pass on. Okay, idea, for example, so let's say the topic on which you are speaking, your teacher told you that you have to speak in favor of this topic, and you have your personal opinion says that you should be against to that topic. You're definitely going to struggle. So sometimes it's the idea which creates problem for us, and that idea does not allow us to pass on our message to the receiver. Okay, sometimes it's the person. I do not like the person, so I'm not going to listen to that person. I'm going to break that chain in between only because I don't want to listen what you say. Okay, so this happens when the problem is with the person. Sometimes we get problems from the scenario. Now the situation is like this, that I don't have that capability to communicate well, to pass on my message well. So this happens. Now the scenario created the problem and I was unable to pass my message because of the situation. So I was I got a good example to share. Okay, let's say you are in classroom, your teacher was teaching a topic which was very boring. So you decided you are going to talk to your friends and utilize the time well. Your teacher is teaching, you are talking, and suddenly your teacher called your name. Stand up. You stood, and now your teacher asked that repeat the topic whatever I said. Now let's say, with the God grace, you know that topic already. You have already studied it. Now your teacher told you this same topic to repeat. Now you should be on one hand, you should be confident. But on the other hand, you know the reason why you are standing right now. You know the reason why your teacher is asking you to speak. And that became a hurdle there. The scenario. Now because of the scenario, though I had good knowledge on the topic, though I was ready, to be surprised and speak up, then also the scenario created a problem. It became the hurdle and I stumbled. I said, ma'am, oh, yeah, ma'am, this happens, right? You first fumble for a few minutes and then you speak very fast. Ma'am, this is the topic. And ma'am is like, okay, sit down. But yes, this is a funny example. But in reality, these are the 3 pointers which actually become hurdle in our communication when we are talking. Now, when I was teaching, when I was talking on this particular topic, that what stops us to communicate well, I was using 2 characters' name. Okay, I would like to put your notice on that. First is receiver. Okay, and second is sender, or you can say speaker also. Speaker or sender of message. Yes. So I'm the person who is passing one topic's knowledge. I'm teaching you how to improve communication skills, and you're listening to me. So who is the receiver here? Am I a receiver? No, I'm not a receiver. Am I a speaker or a sender? Yes, I'm a sender. Now, communication is not only about speaking, as I already told. I need to work on communication skills for writing also. Okay, but in today's session, I am going to specifically focus on speaking. That when I am speaking, when I'm using my words, my verbal communication, then how can I work on my communication skills, and in that situation how can I make myself better. Okay, so our today's session is giving we are putting our more attention to the speaking communication skills. Okay, so let's continue, and let's also talk about some of the ideas, some methods which will help you to work on communication skills. Great. Some helpful skills to work on communication skills. Now I am going to share one by one some helpful methods, some helpful ideas which will help you to communicate better. Okay, that's what it tells. So the way you give, the way you get, right? So if I pass on my message properly, I'll get a positive reply in return also. True? Okay, now coming to the ideas, the strategies that we are going to talk in our session now are these. We are going to talk in detail these strategies, these ideas which will be helpful for all of us when we are working on communication skills. Yes. So starting with active listening. Very, very important, but very, very, very difficult. It becomes very difficult to listen to somebody calmly. Okay, so you are a good listener. You cannot, so let's say you are a good speaker, you speak very well, but if you don't have the habit to listen, if you don't have the ability to listen with the full focus, with full attention, then believe me, it is not possible that you can be a good communicator, you can be a good speaker. So a good speaker requires to be a good listener, an active listener. Okay, we'll be talking about it in detail in upcoming minutes, in the few minutes. Let's for now continue. Second is friendliness. So your nature also becomes very important when we are talking about communication skills. Okay, we'll talk about this idea, this strategy as well, that how it's going to help us. I'll share some idea that how you can work on it if you do not know that. Don't worry, I will help you to work on all these ideas. Next comes volume and clarity. Now after reading, you would say that, ma'am, what are you saying? This we already know, that we need to be audible, we need to be clear. Yes, I know that, but it is also again a helpful idea, a strategy, a skill that you should have if you are looking to work on communication skills. So we are going to talk about this also. Next is responsiveness. How do you respond? So listening part comes here. How do you listen and how do you respond back to that? Responsiveness. We'll be talking about it in detail in the few minutes. Last but not the least, there are many such ideas available which I am going to share with you in upcoming sessions. We will work together. We will try to find out which can work better for us. The last one says giving and receiving feedback. Now this also gets important position when we talk about working on communication skills, how you give the feedback or how you receive the feedback, because feedback is actually the outcome of that communication, or you can say it can also make a negative result into a positive one. So let's stay focused, let's be careful, and let's see that how these ideas, how these strategies are there for you to help you. Okay, starting with the first one, which I said very important, and I do believe in that, it is very important. That is active listening. Now, how listening will help in communicating? Let's take a small example. Now, my teacher was, or let's say my boss, he came to my cabin, he came to my cubicle, and he said that, Meenakshi, you have to do this, 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 and this. I said, okay. I did not listen. I did not put my attention to what my boss was saying. Now he left. Now, will I be able to communicate? Will I be able to pass on further? Or let's say I was attending a lecture. I listened to it completely, and then my friend who missed the class for 10 minutes is asking me that, what did you learn for first 10 minutes? Let me know that, because I missed it. Now, will I be able to give some ideas to my friend? No. So for a better communication skills, for better communicating, you need to work on your listening. Okay, not only listening, we listen to many things. Now right now you all are listening to me, but if you are actively listening to me, believe me, if I ask you any question, what I have spoken in the beginning, you will be able to answer it on the spot in the chat section, in the comment section. And that is the positive sign of an active listener. That tells that you were listening actively to me. Yes, so let's talk little on active listening more. Active listening means paying close attention to the person. So it simply means when you put your close attention to the person who is speaking to you. So if my mother is speaking to me, let's say I was listening to music, and suddenly my mother entered in the room, and now she's giving me some instructions. I removed the earphone, I unplugged them, and I started putting my attention. Okay, I have to do these works, right? So this is how I gave my complete attention to what my mother was saying. Yes, and that tells that I was listening actively. People who are active listeners are well regarded by their co-workers. So if you are an active listener, and let's say at your workplace, you generally listen to people very well. You do not speak. You are not in the hurry to speak first. I will speak. No, you don't do that. What you do, you listen first and then you speak. You are actually well regarded. You get special respect at that workplace from your co-workers, because they see somebody putting attention, somebody focusing on what they want to pass. So it is everywhere helpful. Yes, and it's going to work on your communication skills. It will improve your personality. It will help you to build a, so you'll be able to build a rapport in front of your friends, co-workers, and in front of many other people, right? So the point is, people who are active listeners are well regarded by their co-workers because of the attention, respect they offer others. Because by listening to the person carefully, they are actually giving their attention to the person, and they are giving respect. So all this actually helps. So all this actually helps, right? Okay, so this was our skill number 1. Yes, and now let's come to skill number 2. So skill number 2, which will help you to be a better communicator, is friendliness. If you create a good bond with the speaker or with the listener, you actually work on your communication skills indirectly. So as I said, sometimes person become the hurdle. So the person with whom I'm talking, I don't like that person, so I don't like to talk to that person and pass my message. Same happened here. So if you have a good bond, you are friends, so you definitely listen to the person with your keen interest. Same you have to do. Now let's say you have a person in front of you whom you don't like. So please try to remove the fact from your mind that you do not like the person. Keep the fact in your mind that you like the idea. The person is at that position, or the person is at that level, that whatever idea is shared with that person, that is going to help. Okay, so that's going to help us. Yes. All right. So in friendships, characteristics such as honesty and kindness often foster trust and understanding. Now, I'm not expecting anything from the person who is on other hand, because I can make changes in my nature, I can make changes in my personality, my skills, but I cannot take guarantee of another person. So I cannot make sure that that person should be friendly from me with me. I can make sure that I am friendly. Now, when I talk about friendship, I know that it has some key characters. You generally make those person as your friend who is honest to you, who does not lie to you. If lies, then does not lie for something which is harmful for you, right? The person is mostly kind, listens to you actively, supports you. There are many traits that you put in your list, but I am talking about a general friendship. So generally you make such people friends who are honest and who are kind towards you or maybe others. So if you are able to trust such people, you are able to understand them. Yes. So because the person is honest, because the person is kind, you are able to trust the person. You know that this person will understand my point of view. So that strong bond makes you more comfortable in the conversation, and you get the opportunity to pass the message properly. So this was rule number or idea number 2. The same characteristics are important in workplace relationships. So all these characteristics are also important at workplace. Okay, so I'm saying now, I have a particular nature, yes, and like I'm very friendly or very honest with my family members. But if I'm not following this good nature at my workplace with other people, then how am I going to work? How am I going to create that bond to communicate? Yes. So moving on to the next one. Okay, so coming to next one, volume and clarity. Volume and clarity. Now this I knew that you were saying that, ma'am, this one is very easy. You must be thinking as well. So let me make it a little difficult for you. Yes. Okay, so the idea says that when you are speaking, it's important to be clear. Now, I have strong points to share. I passed my message. My friend or that person understood also. But let's say in the case, I passed the message, my message was very strong, but I did not keep my volume audible. I'm speaking in very low volume. So I wanted to tell this, this is actually breaking my confidence. This is actually breaking the level of my communication skills. Now another person cannot say that I have good communication skills. I need to be confident, I need to be clear, loud, not loud, enough loud that you are audible to the person. Okay, but when you shout, actually you actually scare another person. So do not loud, do not start shouting because ma'am said volume should be high, so we will shout. Don't do that. But yes, keep your volume to the level that you are audible to the listener. That's very important. Then only you actually create that bond, you create that communication. Adjusting your speaking voice So you can be heard in a variety of settings in a skill is a skill. So what we do, let's say if I have a question, what should I do? Oh, I'm sad. Now what am I doing? I'm playing with my own uh, voice level. I'm actually, bringing it sometimes up, sometimes down. Sometimes I'll sound very confident, but sometimes I will sound nervous. Can you observe this? Now this is actually what I'm talking here about, volume and clarity. You need to work on your volume. Now see, I when I'm putting your attention, I'm becoming my voice is becoming stronger. You need to work on your volume and clarity, which will definitely help you to become an effective speaker. A speaker who is able to pass all the messages very effectively. You will become an effective communicator. And that's why this communication skills is called, not so normal like other things. It is little different. It requires some skills to work on, but definitely if you work on these skills even one by one, they are going to give you plus positive result every time. Every time you will come up with a good result. Oh wow, I got this. Oh wow, I got this as a result. So keep working on yourself. There is no final destination of it. Every day you improve, every day you become better, and every day you get some ideas and strategies. How you use them, that matters more. Okay, so coming to the next point that I shared already with you in the list, that is responsiveness. Taking the responsibility, or how you respond back, how you reply back to a message that you received. Now till now we were talking about the situation when you were speaker, when you were passing the message. Yes, but now I am asking you to become a receiver and response. So whether you are returning a phone call, so let's say you received a call, you got some questions, now you have to reply back on the phone call. Or let's say you have to send a mail to your senior through the email, you have to reply back through an email. Fast communicators are viewed as more effective than those who are slow to respond. Now take it as your priority. Now somebody asked a question. Now I was talking to you, I'm talking about different communication skills. I'm saying this, that, and then I asked that, what do you think, which strategy would help you? What will be your reply? So you'll share, right, whichever strategy you liked. Now in this case, definitely those students will impact very positively in my mind, who respond actively, who are like ready to respond. But do not forget, in this hurry you should not speak or share something wrong. If you keep this in mind, believe me, it's a very good idea to respond actively. Now let's say I gave a task to my 2 team members. I said you have 10 days to complete it, but once you read the mail, reply back to me that you have read the mail. Okay, so that I know you have received it. Okay, now both of the members received. One member respond back to my mail by that day, means by the end of the day, and another person is directly replying after 10 days with the work, that I had received your mail and this is the work done. I might consider the second mail, the mail which I'm directly getting on 10th day, little rude, or I might not find that person being so conscious or careful about the work. No careful was, the person was not careful, that's why the person did not care to reply to my mail. So please always be responsive. The image that you are creating by working on your speaking skills can be spoiled if you are not responsive, even in verbal communication. Now I'm talking to you verbally. I asked, so how are you? You said I'm good. What about you? I also said yes, all going all going well. Then I asked a question, okay, so how are your classes helping you? Now you are like You're like here, looking here and there. You're not responsive. And that might break the flow, and I might not ask you another question in return. I might not be ready to help you later on because I found you less interested. So better to cut, to be apart from this scenario. So please understand how responsiveness helps. Okay. Next idea, strategy works for everybody. Before I talk about this, I will be, in between only, I will be talking about um a method which is used for giving feedback. Okay, great. So giving and receiving feedback is also a very important part of communication skills. Strong communicators are able to accept critical feedback. Now, if I am a strong communicator, if I know how to work on my abilities, if I use my abilities well, I must know how to accept my feedback as well. Whether that feedback is positive or that feedback is negative, means whether it is for my area of improvement. If somebody tells me that Meenakshi, you don't make eye contact, then I understand, then I accept it, because that is a symbol of a strong communicator. So strong communicators are able to accept critical feedback and provide constructive input to others. So they are able to even provide the feedback to others. Constructive feedback means the feedback which is going to help you to grow. Now let's say I observed in you several mistakes, and I saw that you are not forming the sentences correctly. Sentence formation is not good. Okay, fine, sentence formation is not good. Then I also observed, you are not using correct tense. All right. Then I also observed that you are not using he, she, these pronouns correctly. Okay, this is my observation. Now if I directly tell you that Meenakshi, or any student, that you have to work on tense, it make no sense to the listener, to the receiver. So I need to use a constructive feedback. Constructive feedback says starting from the basic. Here basic can be using correct pronoun, which was most disturbing. Then moving to sentence formation. Form the sentence at least correct, means subject in the beginning, then verb, and then at the end completing your point of view. And then coming to tense. But if I directly tell you that you have to work on tense, you might not give importance even to my feedback. Right? I hope you all are able to understand it. Why I am saying that you need a communicator, a good communicator, strong communicator is able to accept critical feedback and provide constructive input to others. Feedback should answer questions. So your feedback should be able to answer some important questions, provide solutions. It can also provide some solutions. So let's say in my feedback, I'm not only saying that you need to work on tense, I suggested that you need to work on past tense. Or I suggested that by practice to write stories, you can work on past tense. Now these are the ways how I'm providing solution with my feedback. Or help strengthen the project or topic at hand. So on the spot, when you're trying to help the person to make the topic strong, or to add some points to make it stronger, that is what I'm talking here, giving and receiving feedback. Please always remember, use this process of giving feedback. First you talk about what was positive in the presentation, and then you talk about what was negative in the presentation. Because believe me, you can try experiencing it today. Give feedback to your mother or to anybody at your home, and directly start talking about the mistakes. You did this wrong, you did this wrong, you did this wrong. Observe, after fourth point or after third point even, that person will not listen to you. That person would not put attention to what you are saying. So to keep the attention in your control until you share feedback, remember that you start with the positive feedback. So if you tell me that, ma'am, you taught us so well, you were so fluent, so I'll be very interested to know what next. Then you say that, ma'am, but, and then I'll say, yes, yes, please tell, because I'm enough happy, enough, satisfied with my positive feedback, so I'm ready to accept negative one as well. This is what is strategy number 5. So these are the 5 ideas which I've shared with you to work on your communication skills, to improve your skills and be a better communicator, a speaker. By working on listening skills, you work on your communication skills as well. So try to implement these suggestions so that you can share your observation. Share in the comment section how you liked, how much you liked the session, how this session helped you to grow, how these suggestions worked in your case. So after watching the session, let's say you tried something with your parents, the idea which I shared recently, if you try that out, do let me know that how it worked for you. Okay, I'll be back with some other suggestions for communication skills, with some other practices, with some other ideas and strategies. Let's see what we are going to learn and how we are going to develop ourselves. Okay, so for now, let's end the session with once again a short note that if you are not an academy student, no problem. If you want to join, you have several options to join. There is a good offer that you get, special classes in free. So you can download the application. You can watch my special classes on the platform by searching my name, Minakshi Dhal. You search those special classes, watch them. If you think that you need to get subscription, you are planning to purchase the course from an academy, then you can use my referral code so that you get 10% discount. Okay, so this is all for today's class. At the end, on a happy note, I would like to say thank you everyone for staying connected to the class and for being so enthusiastic in the class. Let's crack it. Let's keep the energy, the spirits high always, so that we keep learning and we keep growing ourselves. Okay, there will be some other sessions coming on Fridays, so stay tuned if you want to learn how to work on your personality, how to work on your communication skills. Yes, stay tuned to understand and to learn about all this in detail more, and let's grow together. So let's crack it. We all can do it if we have the will to do, right? So we are going to meet once again for some better ideas to work on personality on next Friday, or there will be some other session, but there will be definitely a session which will help you to work on these skills. So stay tuned. You'll definitely get some opportunities to learn and to grow. Thank you so much everyone once again for staying tuned so far and learning. If possible, then share in the comment section which strategy you liked the most out of all these strategies, or which strategy you implemented and you got a positive result. Do share with me so that I get to know what helped you, right? Okay, so thank you everyone. Bye bye, take care.